Okay, so I'm just putting my laser printer back together after testing the power supply and finding that there's probably nothing wrong with it. I'm just looking here, like this exit roller from the fuser assembly. You know, some of these plastic parts here, or whatever they are very sort of worn and maybe heat damaged and sort of starting to crack. So like this one, for example, I definitely need to replace. And yeah, stuff like that. And I think, yeah, that red one you can kind of see in the bottom there. It's kind of wrinkled. Yeah, you can see these wrinkles on it. So that was caused by putting through some OHTs that weren't OHTs, and it melted onto that roller, and I managed to take it all off, but it's sort of damaged the roller, I think, so that one probably needs to be replaced as well. That would probably be part of the issue with the print quality, unfortunately. So yeah, but of course we've got to find out if the thing actually works first. So if I put the power supply back in, reconnected everything, it's kind of annoying. You have to take the whole fuser unit out and undo all the plugs and everything to actually get access to the power supply, which unscrews here, but then you've got to take off this cover under there and unplug the output wire from the power supply, which goes off here to the side where the logic board is. In fact, actually that's not it. You can see that one with the USB and the Ethernet port on it. That's just like the network interface. The actual real logic board is like behind here, I think. So to get to that, you have to take out the expansion card. There's room for extra expansions there. And then you have to take the logic board out. So that's what I'm going to have to do next, I guess, is take out that logic board and see if I can find any issues with that, because I'm guessing that EEPROM error is still going to be there, but we're going to find out when I power this back up, once I finish putting it all back together again. There's a lot of dust in this fan too, so I'll probably clean this out as well. Hopefully I can get it working. It'd be nice, because it was a pretty good printer when it was working. Okay, I've got it back together again, kind of. Some of the panels aren't connected, but that doesn't really matter. And I can switch it on and we'll see if we still get that error message or if it blows up. Okay, got the light on, the LCD test thing. Okay, yeah, see, that's different to what I had last time, but 902 service engine error. So yeah, it's definitely got some sort of problem, obviously. Service engine, I think again that's like main board, because they call the board, the main board, the engine board. So again, if we just turn this off and on a few times, I wonder if it'll start working. So turn it off, turn it back on. I mean, it's obviously working enough to be able to like do a self-test. But yeah, we got this this problem here, so I don't know. That's different to what it had last time. So yeah, not really sure. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Anyway, I'll try it just one more time. Because before, when I used to do this sort of problem, it would work after you turn it off and on a few times, but yeah, no, I still got this issue. So I'll have to look in the service manual, see what that says. It'll probably just say replace engine board. I don't think that's anything particularly useful. So I guess the next step is to pull out the main board and just start looking at that and seeing if we can find anything obviously wrong with it, like dead caps, or maybe there's a voltage regulator that's not working or something, or whatever. But previously I got this other error message. I forgot, maybe it was 502, something about the EEPROM, the NVRAM error. So I don't know. Maybe we need to like. That was the original error that I was getting, so it could be that's still some issue. Maybe the EEPROM in it was failing, maybe it's completely failed now and it's not working at all. So who knows, I don't know what's really going on. But I will have to pull it out and have a look. At least I can like visually inspect it and just see if we have blown caps or just something obvious that might be the problem. Yeah. because otherwise I don't really know, but we won't know unless we have a look. Alright, this is what it looks like when you take that cover off. Actually, I don't think I showed the cover, but yeah, there's a board that goes in front of this and a big backplate thing, and this seems to be the main board here. So it says on the side, J5200 engine card PCB. And the one that goes in that big slot is the network interface and USB interface. And it's interesting, when I unplug this, so if I just turn it on as it is now, it's kind of interesting. So I get, let's see, there we go. If I turn it on now, we get the same LCD self-test. And then it just does this, just says warming up 84.91, which does not show up in the manual anywhere, doesn't show up on the internet anywhere, so I don't know, maybe it needs that other board in there to work normally, and who knows, maybe that other board's faulty. I don't think I showed that board. I might just show that in a second, but yeah, it's kind of strange. I don't know what's going on. Obviously in here there's nothing obviously wrong. I mean, the caps aren't bulging, they all look fine. That doesn't mean they are fine. At least they're not those surface mount electrolytics that always go bad, but you know, there's nothing like obviously terrible. They're not leaking, they're not bulging. Doesn't mean they're okay, but the ones in the power supply were fine, so I don't know. But I mean, we've got this like EEPROM here. You know, that could be going faulty, and the code could be bad. I don't know. All these other things, that looks just like some sort of ASIC, and we got that there. Like there's a 74HC374. So these are all standard parts. Probably some voltage regulators over here. I don't think that's just glue to hold that little shield in. A bit of plastic to shield that capacitor. So I don't think that's not corrosion or anything. Yeah, so I mean, nothing visibly bad. All the solder looks really great. It's all lead, all looks really shiny and perfect. So, you know, nothing weird going on there. Yeah. I don't know what that is. AT24C. That looks like another EEPROM of some kind. I mean, that could be this one here could be the NVRAM. That one there that saves like the page count data and things like that, and this might be the main program EEPROM that saves the software. So, you know, maybe that's gone bad now. Maybe this one was failing. Maybe that one's gone bad. I don't know. Or it could be a voltage regulator issue. Might be worth testing the voltages on these, I guess, and see if they're okay. You know, if one's low or something. Interesting kind of bodge they've got there with that crystal. Well, not really a bodge. It looks like it's got two positions. You can use either type. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I just I don't know. Now it's actually saying something. Huh. Interesting. Code. Again, I don't know. That doesn't show up in the service manual, I don't think. So I'm not sure that means anything, and none of these buttons do anything. So. Anyway, but yeah, I guess I can at least test those voltage regulators and make sure the voltages are okay. Right, well, there's only one voltage regulator on the board, and it's that one there. These other two here are MOSFETs, and there's a MOSFET down here, I think, or something, some kind of transistor anyway. Unless maybe that's also some kind of voltage regulator too, not sure. But this one definitely. Yeah, the probe on here, that's the input. We've got exactly 5 volts from the power supply, and if we probe the output we get a rock solid like 3.3. So that's probably for the CPU or something. So yeah, I can't see any issue there, unfortunately. I'll have to check to see what that little one there is. I don't know what that is. NC7SZ. Maybe that's some kind of voltage regulator, but I don't know. I have to look that up, but yeah. I don't know about everything else. Looks fine, really. Could be that like EEPROM or something has just gone corrupted. That's the problem with flash ROMs. They just eventually die. they don't last forever. Only like mask ROMs where everything's like, you know, made in the factory. The data is like put in the factory, burnt in as part of like the actual structure of the chip, and you can't change it. Whereas like programmable ones, the charges and stuff, the electric charges that make up the data, eventually can fade or flip or whatever, and then you get corruption. So they're not a long-term storage solution, unfortunately. Yeah, no, that chip is just a single gate inverter, that one there. It's not a voltage regulator of any kind. It's just like when you want to save space on your circuit, you just need one inverter gate, so it's just a single chip that only does that. There's 5 pins, I guess, and that's it. Yeah, so that's got nothing to do with it. So the only one is that one there, and it seems to be fine. So yeah, I suppose I could plug that other board back in and power up again and check the voltage regulators on that. It's interesting how we don't get the error message when that other board is unplugged. So that kind of implies that maybe this board is okay, and maybe it's the other board that has the issue. I don't know. That other one does have a big huge BGA chip on it, and another one too. So maybe that board has more to do with the actual software than this one. This one might be more like a control board that does all the motors and stuff, rather than anything else. So, you know, this board might be totally fine, and it might be the other one that has a problem. So, I don't know. I might try plugging that back in and then testing everything on that. At least test voltages, see if everything makes sense. Alright, so I put the other board back in. I don't think I showed this before. I can't remember. But yeah, see, we've got this big, huge BGA chip here, and then this other quite large one over there too. And we've got the Ethernet interface down here and the USB interface there. We've got some memory, I guess, and some slots for extra memory. So who knows? I mean, it doesn't give a memory error, but you never know. These RAM chips could be bad or something. And then I think we've got another flash memory down here, which again could also have an issue potentially. We've got what look like 2 voltage regulators here. This one seems to be something dash, sorry, the light on my camera has gone off, but this one, top one, seems to be dash 33, so I guess that's a 3.3 volt. And then this one, it doesn't say, it's just like a LD1086, I don't know what that is. Yeah, and the other one's an LD1086-33, so I'm guessing that's a 3.3 volt, and this is, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, again, those caps could be bad, or these regulators could be bad. I don't think there's any other regulators here. But yeah, we'll just test those and see if they look sane. That's about all I can do at the moment. I mean, I thought maybe, you know, this BGA chip could have issues, but I mean, I don't know. I think this whole thing is like leaded solder, not lead free, so everything's pretty good quality, everything's really shiny. I wouldn't really expect it to have a soldering issue. Whoops, it's my multimeter doing something. Anyway, I don't know what that X is there. Maybe the X means it's bad. I don't know. Anyway, I'll test the voltages and see. Okay, that's weird. I just plugged it back in to test the voltages on those regulators, and now it's fine. Yeah, so I don't know what's up with that. Maybe just plugging this board in and out fixed something. Maybe this edge connector here was dirty or something. It was just a bad contact. I don't know. Maybe that's all it was. That'd be nice. But who knows? Like I said, this thing has been not working in the past, and then you switch it on and off a few times, and then it works. So, don't know. I'm still going to test these just to see, but you know, who knows? I wonder if it was just a dirty connection down here, and just unplugging and reseating the board fixed it. I mean, that'd be nice. That would be a pretty easy fix. It looked very clean though when I pulled it out. Like, there was no dirt or anything. So yeah, very strange. But yeah, look at that. Okay, now it's complaining about something else. Yeah, service fuser. So I don't know. Maybe it's saying that's out of, yeah, some issue with that. Haven't seen that before. I don't know why it's doing that now. Interestingly, maybe that's not heating up properly or something. I don't know. So yeah, a lot of stuff to look into on this. Don't know. How do I get out of this? Not sure what that means. Have to look that up again. Hope the fuser lamp isn't bad, because I think getting one of those would be quite expensive. But anyway, something's happened. Yeah, let's try these voltage regulators and see. But I guess they're probably working fine because the thing is not complaining about the board now. I'm not sure what this is. We got 3.3 out of that one, which is the one that says 33 on it, so that makes sense. And this one we get 1.65, so maybe that's a 1.8 volt regulator. Maybe it's a little low. It is stable, but I mean, yeah, I'd imagine 1.8 is a common voltage for stuff. I could try it on AC. So it's on AC. Try on AC and see if we get any like ripple measurement or something. No, seems fine. I don't know. But yeah, maybe that's a 1.8 volt regulator. And it's a little low. Which may be part of the issue. I suppose I could look into that. Maybe the caps on there are a bit dodgy. Not sure. Or maybe it is genuinely meant to be 1.65 volts. Although that doesn't seem a common voltage for like anything that I know of. 1.8 is a common one, but not 1.6. So yeah, maybe this thing is a bit out of spec. It's possible. It'd be interesting to see what the voltage on that was with it not working. I wonder if it's hot or anything. No, they're not hot. They're totally cold, really. So who knows? That one could be failing, possibly. I don't know. Yeah, it's rock solid at 1.658 though. So that's not like it's fluctuating or anything, but it's not hot like it's overloaded. But yeah, I mean, maybe if the 1.8 volt rail was slightly low, it could cause issues. Some of the chips might not function if it's a bit low. 1.6 might be high enough, but maybe it was like 1.4 before. I don't know. So maybe something to look out for is this one. Other than that, maybe yeah, maybe the connectors down here were just a little dirty, not connecting properly, so who knows. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know why it's saying service the fuser error. I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't plug something in properly, because I definitely didn't get that message last time either. Yeah, I'm investigating the fuser issue. It says that that error code means the fuser is cold and not heating up for some reason. So I went back over there and I tried to measure resistance on the terminals to the lamp, which is this connector here, and I got nothing. So I dug around and, you know, here's one of the connectors for the lamp that goes to the fuser assembly. It looks really nice, doesn't it? Nice and clean and clear and good. And then here's the other one. Yeah, it's all kind of blackened and cooked and not so good at all. I guess that maybe has gotten wet at some point and had a bad connection that's overheated. But yes, that's the other side of it here. You can see it's a bit sort of tarnished and funny. It looks like it would be possible to clean that up though, and like re-terminate this wire, I guess, and be able to you know, get that to be fine. I think that's just a copper strip or something that goes along the other side of the fuser. That's the thermistor there, and then that goes to this. I think you can see part of it here, just there, coming out there, and that goes down through this little housing thing to a contact that goes to one end of the fuser lamp, which resides normally inside this. And that's the drum, the fuser drum that heats up and does that. So there's a lamp in there. I think it's a halogen lamp. Now, I went to pull that out because I was wondering, you know, if the connections on that were okay, and well, you see, I grabbed the end of it and pulled it, and it just fell right off. So yeah, that's probably why it doesn't work. And the other thing is that contact's not very good, but that does seem to have like clean metal underneath. So yeah, I don't know if that was the entire problem, but it's obviously a problem. One would need to clean that up and make sure there's a good connection there before trying to use it again. But yeah, I think the main issue here is the fact that this lamp is the end has fallen off and it doesn't look very good. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. And also there's a crack in this end. It looks like that end's just about to fall off too. So yeah, that's not going to work obviously. And also the contacts on the end, well, you can't see it with this light on, but the end contacts on here are really tarnished and horrible as well. So that's probably part of it. In fact, I really wonder, let me just see if I can get this to... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the contacts on there are not very good. They don't look really shiny and clean. Not like, say, for example, the connector that goes onto the end of it here, which looks much nicer. So that kind of looks nice and shiny and good, and this looks all kind of dull and horrible. So I wonder if these contacts were dirty and overheating. And that doesn't look too bad, but yeah, I wonder if the contacts on the lamp were tarnished and overheating, and then that caused the lamp to crack just from excess heat or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's definitely not what you're supposed to have, and this is obviously not going to help either. So yeah, it's not looking good, is it? So we have a random issue potentially with the main board, but maybe not. But the main issue here is that this lamp is dead, so yeah, I'm guessing it's not supposed to look that colour. It's obviously worn out. It's probably the original lamp from this thing, which again was made at the end of 2002, so it is about, 22 years old or so. So if this is the original 22-year-old lamp, I'm not surprised that it's failed. But yeah, that means I'm going to have to try and find a new lamp for it, and whether or not that's possible, I don't know. It looks really similar to a halogen lamp out of a work light or something for a building site, but I doubt you could get one that would fit in there. That would be the right size or anything, and probably be the wrong wattage anyway. So yeah, I mean, if you look at the wattage here, it says 435 watts for printing and 12 watts for standby, so I guess this is probably like a 400 watt lamp or something, or 350, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, so I don't know what to do. I mean, I know what to do. I'll have to see if I can find a lamp, and if it costs too much, well then I guess it's probably the end for this thing, and I'll just have to sell it for parts or something. But yeah, because I don't know how much one of these lamps would cost. They may be quite expensive given how old the printer is. It might be like some ridiculous thing like $100 just for that lamp or something, in which case there's no point. And not when we have like this roller here that needs replacing as well, and maybe the transfer roller too, and then of course we have that red one down in here which also has issues. It works, but it's, it has issues. So yeah, it all needs a kind of an overhaul, and it's not looking great. So this might be the end here, but who knows. There is a part number, I think, on this lamp here. It doesn't show up on here very well, but there is a part number on this lamp, so I guess I'll Google that and see if I can find another one on eBay or something. But yeah, not sure. Don't know. Which is a shame. It's rather a shame, because I really did quite like this printer, and like I said, maybe I didn't say, but the modern ones are all awful. They've all got like stupid Wi-Fi things that are all vulnerable to WPS attacks and rubbish like that, and the software are all absolute garbage. And yeah, I don't know if any of them have decent Linux compatibility. This one has great Linux compatibility, because all you literally need is like a PPS file or PPD file, whatever it is, just like a text file that details the capabilities of the printer or something, and it just like PostScript thing or something, and you just open that, add the printer with that, and you're done. You don't have to install anything. It's great. And it just works. Which is why I'd love to have something like this, because these old things, they just were made better. They weren't stupid. The software on the modern ones is actually atrocious and just ridiculous. So yeah, it's a shame. I'd like to get it going if I can, but who knows. It might not be worth it. Might just have to get another second-hand one or something different. But yeah, We'll see. It's strange. I don't know why that cracked. I didn't drop it or anything, so I think it could just be overheating maybe, or just old age. Maybe they just fail like that. I mean, I'm sure the lamp does get pretty hot. That's obviously the point of it, to heat everything up. So yeah, I can't expect it would last that long, but that's that for now, I guess. I guess I'll come back. We'll see what happens later, but for now there's not much else to say. The lamp is dead. I need a new one, and if I can't get one, well, that'll be that, but we'll have to see and find out. So that's it for that one. Sorry that wasn't particularly interesting and not really a fix or anything, and I don't know why the mainboard suddenly started working, except maybe just unplugging it and plugging it back in again fixed some kind of intermittent contact issue. But yeah, anyway, that's that. So hopefully that was amusing, at least something better than nothing, and I'll see you next time.